I'm Dan Rusic, and I'm a piano teacher. So today I would like to talk to you guys about the 1-4-5 progression in the key of C. So what we have in the beginning is the C major scale, and I will play the first note, which is the C, followed by D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. And with the 1-4-5 progression, our first chord in the key of C will be the C major triad. And it consists of the 1, which is C, the 3, 1, 2, 3, which is E, and the 5, which is the G of the C major scale. Collectively, these three notes make up the C major triad. Sounds like that. The next chord in the progression is the F major chord, and it is based on the 4 or the F of C. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the chord based on that is F, A, and C. And it sounds like this. The last chord is the G major triad, and this is known as the 5 chord. It is based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the G. And that is G, B, and D. So those three chords in succession sound like this: C major triad, the F major triad, and the G major triad. Now, you may have heard that I sometimes would refer to the triad as the chord, as those two words can be used interchangeably. So if there's any confusion, I just wanted to clear that up. So when we add the bass to it, we're going to take our left hand, and with the C major triad, we play a low C bass. It'll sound like this. Then a little bit of lower sound to it. And we have the F and the G, like so. So if I play an example of a song that would just use those simple triads like that, it would sound like this. So that's the first part. The next thing I would like to talk to you about is are the inversions. So in the first part, we have a C major triad. It is based on the C, the E, and the G, as we've shown, as we've seen earlier. And now when I flip it to the first inversion, that is, I take this chord, which is in its root position. So the C, the E, and the G is played in root position. And as we can see, the C is on the bottom. Note how we've got the 1, the 3, and the 5 being in succession, and then that position, that creates the root position. When we flip it one more over, we have the E, the G, and the C. And this is what's known as the first inversion. So it gives more of an open kind of a sound. See, when we compare it to the root position, this sounds like it's closed. It's very dense. However, when I flip that chord into its next position, we hear how it opens up a little bit. And this is very useful when we start to incorporate it in different pieces. So to give you an example of how this would sound. So what we have here is the root position here, which is the C, E, and G. The first inversion, which is the E, G, and C. And then the second inversion, which is the G, the C, and the E. So notice how the bottom, we have more of an open kind of a sound, and at the top it's closed. So when I play those three in succession again, this is C major in root position, C major in first inversion, and C major in second inversion. When we do flip it again, we go back to the top. So you can see there's the root position again. So a lot of pieces will use those different inversions. and those three different chords. So I'll give you an example of a blues, for instance, in C. So we have, I will just start the first chord in first inversion. I will play the next chord, which is the F chord, in root position, and then the root, or the C chord again in first inversion, followed by the G in root position, 4 chord in first inversion, and then the C in the root position, in the first inversion. So like this. So we'll do a little In the Mood. This is a Glenn Miller tune. So it sounds like this. Now we can also take that same chord progression and move things around. So we can take the C chord, which is over here, and shift it down to a G, which is the 5th chord, and the F, which is the 4th here, and then back to the C major triad. So there are many different pieces that would use that particular progression. If you have any questions regarding the 1-4-5 chord progression, please just comment in the section below, and we'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks very much. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.